Let's now bring in senior fellow at the Lexington Institute and national security analyst Rebecca Grant for more. Rebecca, welcome back to the show. Let me get to Hegseth in just a second, but I wanted your take on some of the posts and messaging that the Ayatollah just sent out. I mean, he says, my congratulations on our dear Iran's victory over the U.S. regime, going on to say that the United States regime achieved nothing. If that were the case and America hadn't just been successful, if not totally, at least somewhat, why would Iran have just settled in a ceasefire?
Oh, exactly. This is just political messaging by the Ayatollah. If it works for him, he has to say something. Every state in the region, every one of his neighbors in the Middle East, the whole world knows that his regime's nuclear program was just humiliated. If he has to say that, that's fine. We don't have to pay any attention.
Mm-hmm. And now looking forward, yeah, I figured that was probably the case, but looking forward now, just about 50 minutes, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is going to speak to reporters amid growing questions over whether the nuclear program was truly obliterated or not. President Trump says that this news conference is about to prove both interesting and irrefutable. What kind of evidence is the White House going to have to put forward for the rest of the world to be satisfied and say, you know what, yep, mission accomplished?
We had a preview of that from President Trump talking at the NATO welcome yesterday. He had all kinds of things to say, and particularly that caught my ear was talking about some of the scorch marks around the key Iranian nuclear sites that they will then brief are indicators of, I think, a big underground fire and damage at that plant. Remember, these are centrifuges are very sensitive machines. They don't do well when they've been exploded like that.
Have any of our American leaders actually been underground at Fordo and Natanz? And if not, how much stock should we put in any information or reports coming from those who haven't actually been underground themselves?
Well, no, but remember, we have experts in manufacturing nuclear weapons. People know what it takes to get this done and know the level of damage. And you know, the leak from the DIA report, Markie, that's about one of probably a dozen different estimates using different methodology. You know what I'm really going to pay attention to is what Central Command said. And I think Secretary Hegseth will give us more details on the really important issues. Did the weapons penetrate? Yes, they did. Did the fuses survive and work? Yes. And then so key is what activity are we seeing around those nuclear sites? But I'm going to go with the word obliterated. At any rate, we know that Iran cannot just pick up tomorrow and start enriching uranium towards a bomb, which is what they were doing before those B-2s brought us back from the brink.
Yeah, and of course, we'll take that presser live here in 50 minutes or so when it happens. Let me play some sound for you, Rebecca, because President Trump just announcing that U.S. talks with Iran are back on. Take a listen.
We're going to talk to them next week with Iran. We may sign an agreement. I don't know. To me, I don't think it's that necessary.
Yeah, so, Rebecca, just explain that mindset to me. If you're Iran, who's yet to even come to the table on this, and you hear Trump say, I don't know that a deal is even necessary, what are the chances that you actually sit down at that table and put pen to paper on anything?
Oh, they'll sit down and continue to make some of the offers made in the spring. You know, Iran wants sanctions relief. Some of us want to see the UN atomic inspectors resume their work in that country. Who knows if there's a possibility for a deal? But I have to say, President Trump all along has said he's willing to talk to Iran. You know, his vision, he'd like to see Iran normalized and brought back more in as a trading partner long term. Who knows what will come of it? But he is certainly willing to talk.
Rebecca Grant, thank you so much for your time, as always. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.